There I was, laying on the damp field of Rudy Sharkey Stadium, my whole football career flashing through the mind by the second. Merely moments ago, I was playing the game I loved. The next, a loud pop within my left knee has sent me crashing to the ground. As pain shoots up my leg, I grapple with it and realize this could mean the end of my senior football season. Deep, uncontrollable sadness and anger flows through me. As the doctors tend to my leg, I stare emptily into the picturesque, dark, and star-scattered sky that looked quite beautiful that night. Not even through the third quarter of our first game it can all be done. 9 months of extreme dedication and hard work down the drain, all in about 35 minutes of play. However, the more I think about it, even as I struggle daily with it today, the injury has helped me shape the way I am and the attitude I take toward everything, and in some ways I've grown to appreciate it. The injury happened exactly in my second play of varsity defense. The words, "Evan, jump in at nose," come unexpectedly from Coach Klum. Immediately I follow my orders and run into the game. As I run in, I glance up and take a look at the scoreboard. Us, the Barberton Magics, are up 28-6 to our neighborhood rivals, the Norton Panthers. Seeing this, I am questioning to myself why exactly I'm in. My primary position is at offense, at center. Typically, I never play anything else, though have had limited practice at nose. Of course, I wasn't going to let that slow me down. One play goes by for no particular gain by Norton's offense. Our stellar linebacker duo of Kobe Booker and Key Thompson hold their running back to a mere gain of 2 yards. As Norton comes back to the line to run the next play, I mentally prepare for the job I have to do. Rush the gap to my right between the center and the guard. Simple. The ball snaps, I run forward, hard. Then out of nowhere, my left knee bows in and gives off a loud pop. I yell and immediately fall to the ground. After necessary medical attention is given to me, I rest on the bench with a cold bag of ice surrounding my swollen knee. All the fear in the world of losing my season is swirling through my head. Now, I would have to wait a painful 2 days before a doctor could truly assess the damage. That Sunday morning, I saw my orthopedic doctor, Dr. Stemple. I wait anxiously in the lobby as my name is called. I crutch into his office. As he examines my knee, I realize how skilled this really doctor is. He tells me that he has done several anterior cruciate ligament or ACL surgeries and treated several others. A torn ACL is what I am fearing the most. Without question, my senior season would be over. And then it happens. The doctor's words all blurred to my ears except for ACL. With the most self-control I could muster, I held back, bursting into tears. However, he offers me a gleam of hope. An MRI will be able to tell us the most accurate results. That following Friday, I laid in the machine while the MRI scan screams odd and loud noises in the background. After it is done, the radiologist tells me that I have a small tear within my medial collateral ligament, or MCL. A flutter of relief rushes through my mind, knowing that some of my senior season can be saved. I get up, thank the doctor, and head to exit the hospital's radiation center with my mother, both of us gleaming about the prospects given to us by the MRI. Now the road to recovery could begin, starting with a couple small setbacks. 2 weeks of physical rehab and therapy, the note reads. This note, though positive in the overall content, still fills me with resent. I want nothing more than to suit up and run onto that field with my team. However, this is holding me back yet again. I am currently in my second week of therapy, and I am getting closer and closer to making my comeback. The feel of my helmet and pads, the butterflies before kickoff, and hearing 5,000 screaming fans behind me is only a week away. 2 more appointments of therapy sessions to go. I have grown to be friends with my therapists, and I cannot thank them enough for the help that they have given me. This injury has been a terrible and horrifying experience for me, but it has also taught me a very important experience about life. My torn MCL has brought many different and conflicting ideas to how cruel life can be to you into my mind. On one side of the metaphorical coin, you could simply be angry, slip into a slump, and let the injury get the better of you. This is how I immediately reacted. It's hard not to. The anger that fills your head can overpower anything else. It's much easier to bow down and just let it take over. This is the easy route, of course, and it's the route that I refuse to let myself follow. Instead of breaking down, you have to fight back and find the good within the bad, regardless of the circumstance. As I like to say, altitude determines your altitude, or attitude determines your attitude. If you cannot bring yourself to be positive and optimistic, your ceiling for potential is very low. A positive attitude makes the sky the limit for yourself. Live your life to the fullest, and look at life in a good manner instead of highlighting only the bad. Sure, this injury has been bad in the short term, but I believe it has changed my life for the better in the long run. Another thing this injury has taught me is that life can change in an instant. My knee injury couldn't have possibly been predicted or prepared for. Life is unpredictable. People, especially in their teen years like myself, like to build a sense of invincibility upon ourselves, which simply is not true. I learned it the hard way. In a sense, I believe it was God trying to send this message to me through my injury. Having faith in God is also what I believe the reason to be that I would be able to play again. From now on, I will live my life to its fullest and remind myself of how great the life I is and all the gifts that I have around me that I would normally ignore or take for granted. I live with a caring, loving, supportive family at home. I have a group of very close friends that I wouldn't trade for the world, and most importantly, I have my football team. They have been a source of inspiration for me as well. In the 2 games I have missed, they have come out and played amazing football in my absence. They're always there for me and continue to share that strong brotherhood even though I'm not on the field with them. Once I'm able to come back to the game I most dearly love, I will leave my heart on the field every single game, knowing that my time there is almost up. I will cherish the time that I've spent playing for this team, and I'll never forget it. To whoever reads this, use your story as an inspiration for yourself. Granted, I hope you never have to go through the injury I've sustained. I do believe, however, that this message can change everyone's life, regardless of their own lifestyles. Of course, athletes can probably relate to this story more than anybody else. Take nothing for granted. You may not see it coming, but your life can change drastically in the span of a few seconds. I know mine sure did. Live your life as best you can. You only have one to live. Leave everything you have on the table and make sure you surround yourself with the people you love, along with the things you love to do. And if your life does take a huge U-turn, make the most of it. It's impossible for you to get back into the saddle if you don't have the necessary attitude to accompany it. Your life rests in your own hands, but there are things you cannot control. However, you can control how you respond to them. I have chosen to respond positively and optimistically, to rise back stronger than before. Of course, this isn't easy, but you have to do it to make yourself a comeback.